let's talk a little bit about the kids you just sent to the next level. Xavier Worthy, give me a good story about how fast this kid is. What do you have?
The best story about him is his ability to run that fast all of the time. And that was something that you sometimes we kind of took for granted in practice. His ability to practice with full speed, elite speed all of the time. The practice habits were really incredible. And that's hard for guys to do. And, they'll give you one, post route or go ball, but then to be able to turn it over and do it again and again and again is something that I think is why he can, you run fast because you practice running fast. And that's something that he did in practice day in and day out. And I think it shows. And it's probably, I see all the clips from Kansas City's practices of him making these explosive plays because I just don't think he takes any plays off.
Well, I got to tell you, the moment at the combine, I'm, fortunate to do what I do for a living outside of this microphone, where I'm sitting in the booth with Daniel Jeremiah. He just ran, I think, a 4.25 unofficial, and he's got one more run at it. And we're just wondering, is he going to do it again? DJ, he's like, he's close. He's got to do it again. The fact that he did it again and then broke the record is truly one of the most breathtaking moments I've had in front of a microphone in my career. I'm getting goosebumps just even reminding myself of it. Just I don't know what it was, his sense of competition or entertainment value, because there was a ton of fans there that wanted him to do it, and then he did it. Then he accomplished it. I'll never forget it. Never in my days forget it.
I think one thing about our program is our guys do love to compete. And I love the way that all our guys competed at the combine when they went. I don't think anybody thought A.D. Mitchell was going to run what he ran.
Right.
I watched Jordan Whittington do what he did. I watched Keelan Robinson or Jonathan Brooks there, even though, he couldn't work because of the knee, but he was there the whole time. And so, Byron Murphy. And so hopefully for us, Rich, that, I think we had 11 guys drafted last year, 11 guys at the combine, that becomes really the norm for us, plus or minus one or two guys year in and year out, where now that Texas Longhorns are back at the NFL combine, they're back part of the NFL draft, and, first round picks and double digit guys getting picked year in and year out.
And you want to talk about a leap from year one to year two, the expectation level for Bijan is through the roof in Atlanta. What's your conversations with him in any way, shape, or form that you can sort of give us a light on year two? He's got a new scheme, new coaching staff. What can you?
Yeah. He's pumped about Raheem. Raheem and I worked together for 2 years in Atlanta. He became one of my best friends. And I just think Raheem's personality and Bijan's personality is a great mix. They're going to get along extremely well. And that's half of it, right? You want to be pushed as a player, but you want to have that rapport, especially with your head coach. And so he's such a talented young guy. And I know that last year was a tough year. It's always a tough year, your first year in the league, and then you're not winning. And what does that feel like? What does that look like? But to bring Raheem back and to bring that offense, back in something that is very similar to what he did in college with us, I think that he's got a really good feel for what they're doing, how they're going to use him, and he's extremely positive about it.
When did you realize he was that special? When was the first time?
Well, I had recruited him. I just didn't get him. I lost. He came to Texas. I was at Alabama. We tried to get him there. And so when I got here, I turned on the tape from the season before, and I actually had watched their bowl game, oddly enough, against Colorado, and he had a huge game in the Alamo Bowl. And I'm like, man, I remember that kid. He was really good. The thing about Bijan that sometimes gets overlooked, he's a better human being than he is football player. And so that sometimes he's such a nice guy that overshadows how much of a dog he is in between the lines. I mean, he is a fantastic player and a guy who can really do everything.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.